welcome to First Impressions, where I try to take a look at the first episode and the promotional material of a brand new anime series released this season and try to come up with a conclusion of what I think the show will be about, what I will expect from the show, and whether I am going to like it or not based solely on those factors. And you never know if a first impression review will turn up as a traditional American anime otaku review later on down the line when it is released in American markets. So, what would you do if you suddenly found yourself in a completely different world without any warning? How would you survive? What alliances would you make? Such is the fate of Subaru Natsuki in Re:Zero starting life in another world. The story of Re:Zero was brought to us in the form of a light novel by Media Factory under their MF Bunko J imprint in 2004, and it was greenlit as a 25-episode anime series created by the animation studio White Fox in 2016. The first episode was rather unique as the show literally started on a full-hour television special. So the show wastes no time in transporting our hapless hero and therefore the audience into this new mystical world. In fact, not even 3 minutes go by from the time the episode starts until Subaru Natsuki is suddenly transported into the magical realm of... I have absolutely no freaking clue. Now, having an anime that stars a shut-in otaku protagonist that is pulled into a fantastical parallel world full of magic and demi-humans isn't exactly new. As such, the show has quite a bit of work out for it to differentiate itself, especially after recent shows like No Game No Life, Sword Art Online, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, and last season's Konosuba. But this one seems to be more of a played straight action adventure than a parody. Starting things out, the main character quickly grows a sense of entitlement and delusions of grandeur despite not being even as special as he was back in the real world. It even goes to where the main character is quick to point out every benign thing that happens to him and compares them to RPGs. I am not going to lie, it gets kind of annoying rather quickly. He also takes in the fact that he was transported to a mystical parallel world a little bit too well, as if he was expecting it to happen, and barely seems to notice or care he has no way to get home. Long story short, he finds out that he has an RPG-like ability that enables him to reset time every time he dies to the point that he first enters this world. Kind of like a checkpoint in a video game. Now, if this looks familiar to you, then congratulations, you have seen Edge of Tomorrow or the first few seasons of South Park. Actually, when you think about it, having a special ability like that kind of sucks, especially if that is the only special ability you have to bring to the table. We've seen what an ability like this can do to someone like Homura from Madoka Magica. Spoiler alert, it's not pretty. So I am a little interested to see how it affects someone as clueless as Subaru here. The problem is that it takes way too much time to get to this point in the story. If I were to sum up the hour-long premiere, I would have to say that the first half of this thing moves at an extremely slow pace. No wonder why they decided to make the first episode of this thing an hour-long premiere, since the episode takes up the first 30 minutes just to get the initial plot going. Combine that with a female side character named Satella that looks and acts suspiciously like a certain Asuna from Sword Art Online. For a good 20 to 30 minutes after she saves him from a group of thieves in an alleyway, they go on this aimless side quest looking for some nameless trinket that belongs to her and bantering back and forth the whole way through. Now, like any first episode, it does have a chance to improve, and there are quite a few things I would like to see improved, honestly. The most obvious of this is that the show needs to pick up the pace if it wants to maintain my interest. Second, I would like to see the characters fleshed out a little bit more than what we are being shown here, as they are painfully shallow in this first episode. Third, the anime needs to make up its mind on what it wants to be. Is this a bloody, violent action-adventure anime or a comical, lighthearted fantasy? I have a feeling we will soon find out, and for that, I give Re:Zero a 4 out of 10 for initial interest. So, until next time, this is the American Anime Otaku, signing out.